A very, very warm good evening. This is Arunava Chaudhuri. You are live on my YouTube channel. It is October the 14th, 2025. It's a Tuesday and it's a live watch along of the international match between the Indian national team as well as Singapore to be played at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Fatorda in Margao in Goa. And I'm looking forward to this. And let's see what India can do today in these in these qualifiers. Let's go through the starting lineup that Khalid Jamil has decided to send out. And interestingly, I did a pre-match video on this, and looks like Khalid has gone to some extent with what I thought he needs to go. And looking at it, Gurpreet Singh Sandhu in goal. We'll have Valpuya as right back with the number 3, Ming Tangmavia Ralte, Raul Beke, Anwar Ali as centre back, Shubhashish Bose as left back. So Shubhashish Bose, as I expected, comes in automatically. Nikhil Prabhu and Apuya, which is Laleng Mavia Ralte, are the two defensive midfielders. Our attacking line will be Lorenzola Changte, Mahesh Naurem and Liston Colasso, with Sunil Chhetri, the man up front. So, yeah, it is according to what I thought it would be. I had thought that Rahim Ali and Sunil might be the two combining up, but Mahesh gets into the team. And looking at the Singapore lineup, just let me quickly go through the Singapore lineup. That I have goalkeeper Izwan Mahmood in goal. Then we have Irfan Nazib, Amirul Adli, Kyoya Nakamura, the number 6. I was highly impressed by him, I have to say, the other day. Song Wei Yong, Ishan Fandi, Glenn Quay, Harris Stewart, Haris Harun, Shawal Anur, and Safuwan Baharuddin. Shawal Anwar was one of them. Other ones who really impressed me, the number 20, Glenn Quay, also number 11. So therefore, some changes with not both Stewart brothers in there. So that's one. How tough is going to be Singapore match, especially the way they played, are better than us. See, morally better than us or no? That's always a very theoretical question and answer to it. To me, they were better than us the other day, and if Singapore are able to play what they played against India the other day, then yes, they are better than us, and that's, I think, a concern, a worry, where we have to be honest to ourselves that we were not good enough the other day, and therefore I would say that that is that, and we'll have to wait and see what we can do. Any surprise inclusion? Not to me, at least. I'm not surprised. I expected this team. As I said, Rahim Ali, Mahesh, and Brandon, those were sort of 3 players within whom I was thinking, who will Khalid start? In the end, it's Mahesh. But there is not that kind of a surprise, which I thought it would be. Right. Quickly, updates from other games. Hong Kong, Bangladesh at the moment in the second half, it's 1-1. Malaysia is losing 0-1 to Laos. Nepal losing 0-1 at halftime to Vietnam. And any other matches? No, those are the matches which are ongoing at the moment. So therefore, that'll be interesting to see what happens. And we'll have to see what India can do in this game. I don't know what your expectation is. Is there any line, Steve? Bonrad, there is, if you're in India, there is an official live stream from Jio Hotstar. So if I remove your thing, I have to just also remove the banner for a sec, then you see that the ad that the AIFF graphic has is from Jio Hotstar and from Star Sports. So they are showing the match live in India. So they would be the ones where you can watch this game. Nikhil Prabhu, your thoughts? One really talented player, come through the ranks, has done his job. So yeah, good boy, good player, and he has grown in stature in the recent past, I would say, and therefore for me, will be interesting to see. I've also put out a poll here, on regard to who's going to win. Interesting, 90% of you guys are saying that India is going to win. So will be interesting to see if India can really fulfill that. And therefore, looking forward to what happens. And yeah, will be, as I say, very, very interesting to think about what India can do, what India needs to do, as both the teams are getting ready for kickoff. And it's an empty Fatorda from what I can at least see at this moment in time. Not that many people at the Fatorda watching this encounter between India and Singapore as the clock counts down on the electronic scoreboard, and we have kickoff from the Lebanese referee Mohammed Issa, as India is playing in their traditional blue from left to right, and Singapore plays in their traditional red from right to left. Bangladesh out of India Asian Cup. India has to win today. Okay, Bangladesh, no, they were 1-1, right? So I don't know if what's the, 1 second, let me just check. So yeah, full time, Hong Kong, Bangladesh 1-1. Yes, you're right. That is it. Very bad qualities on Star Sports, says Mahesh. Ooh, nearly a chance for India. Just after a few seconds. Sunil Chetri, that would have been a perfect start for India. And don't know if you also have a problem with your broadcast, but my broadcast is buffering. Early on. Free kick for Singapore in the Indian half. Young to take it. Yes, Mahesh, an empty stadium in Goa. Again, that was, I think, disappointing to see that it is so empty at the moment. India clear. Liston Colasso. Can't find Mahesh. Interesting to see Liston starting on the right. Mahesh inclusion is great. Yeah, Siddharth, let's see if we can do something. And because he didn't play well in the last 2-3 occasions that he played. Ball back with Singapore. Interesting to see how the game progresses today. If it is different than what we saw the other day. Mahesh looking for Liston. There should be a foul on Nakamura, given by the referee. Mohammed Issa. Wait, no, it is in India. It's being shown on Star Sports Kale as well as on Geo Hotstar. Empty stadium is expected. Yeah, it was feared. I don't know if it was expected. India intercept once more. And this has been The most attacking I've seen an Indian team play in the recent past. Nikhil Prabhu. And it will be interesting to see what India really does. Again, Hong Kong with a draw means they're on 8 points. Oh, Nakamura, nice little turn against Apuya. Apuya wins the ball. Changte. Apuya loses the ball. Yong. Good interception from Nikhil Prabhu. Different kind of intensity from India. Anwar. Nikhil Prabhu. Valpuya looking for Liston. And Hong Kong play back to their keeper, Adli. Mabood. Is that a foul against Rahul Beke? Given. I hope he doesn't pick a yellow card for that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's too evident. Tears him down and then stamps on his hand. Rahul Beke. First 20 minutes, it doesn't know we will win or not. We will have attacking approach or not. Let's see. Hong Kong trying to build up. Cleared by Nikhil Prabhu. It'll be a throw in for Hong Kong. Indian players have tends to fouls just like this. They're not going to work here. Yeah, Siddharth, very, very true. We've seen that. It's interesting to see how Singapore build up themselves back to their keeper. Nakamura, Adli. But at least India attacking their opponents. India seems to be playing more of a 4-1-4-1. Apuya wins the ball. Liston loses the ball. Young, very important, Shubhashish Bose. Not to allow Shawal Anwar behind him. Anwar, Apuya. Valpuya back to Rahul Beke. The Mumbai City, ex-Mumbai City vibe in there with Beke, Apuya, Valpuya, Changte in the team. Apuya plays back to Rahul Beke. Valpuya can't keep the ball in. Throw in for Singapore. Throw in. Once more, the ball with Adli, the left back. Singapore put themselves under pressure. Sunil charging. Back to the keeper. Nakamura under pressure. Nicely played out by Singapore. And Valpuya. Valpuya wants to throw in against Glenn Quay. But the throw in is given back to Baharuddin. Which are nice interception for Nikhil Prabhu, but doesn't, at least wins a foul against Stewart. Empty sentences, lack of interest, or not given part of this match by fans. Morally, I think a combination of both. I say go off one of you ground such good quality. This seems quite slow. No, so that I don't think he's slow. He's one of our faster players. Free kick for India from the left side. Liston Colasso over it. This time not standing there like Cristiano Ronaldo. So hopefully a better free kick. Nicely put in there. Cleared by Singapore. One back by Liston. Sunil tries to put in a cross. Can't get it in. Cleared by Singapore. Should be throw in for India. So far, so good by the Indian team. And a quick reminder for those of you who are watching, if you're liking this, watch along. Do leave a like behind. Share it with other people. And if you haven't, do subscribe to the channel. And once more, thank you. Last week, we crossed the 3,000 mark on Arunfoot. And of course, watch the short videos as well. Indian backline. Anwar Ali plays it across to Liston. Gets to Liston. That's a good cross in. But Singapore clear their lines. Rahul Beke looks for Liston. Gets it to Mahesh because Singapore are a little sluggish. Nikhil Prabhu plays it across to Changte. Lalinzwala Changte plays it safe to Apuya. To Valpuya. Liston. Apuya. Can't get it to his Mohun Bagan teammate. Cleared by the keeper. Nakamura. Adli. Under pressure from Liston. But Singapore keep the ball or lose the ball. India lose the ball. Fighting for the ball in the middle of the park. Stewart. And whose throw-in is it? Given for India. Fighting spirit from Nikhil Prabhu. Apuya. Today other guys seem sinking with Sunil. Yeah, Sinath. Foul. On Mahesh. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, on Mahesh. Free kick India. Bangladesh playing a really good quality game these days. Yeah, but they're not getting the wins. I think that's their problem. Free kick now from the right. India might try and curl it in. Lalinzwala Changte over the ball. All the centre backs, defensive players are in the middle. That's a long ball. The keeper is off his line, clears it. Nakamura with a touch. Ball to Apuya. Apuya with a long ball. Doesn't get to Liston. Changte keeps it in. Changte with a good cross. If there is someone to get to it, Sunil doesn't. And in the end, the keeper has it. Good ball there. And as they show the replay, good cross from Changte. And again, we've seen more of these actions in the first 12, 13 minutes than in 90 minutes of football in Singapore. Seems like the team has had a word with Khalid about certain things. Shubhashish clears it. But it's going to be a throw-in for Singapore. We are in the 13th minute of this encounter. Singapore putting itself under pressure. Sunil charging. Singapore making a blunder. Lalinzwala Changte. Changte. Lalinzwala Changte! What a strike! Lalinzwala Changte scores! And what a strike from the Mumbai City captain. Goal for India. And what a strike from Changte. There's a different kind of energy today. And what a goal. And Jordan just said, watching along, we will win this for sure. Goal, says Mahesh Changte. What a goal. This is what we needed exactly. And Changte just makes a lovely effort to give India the lead. It is what we needed. Exactly. So that goal for India. We're going to Asian Cup, says Roshan. Wait, Roshan, wait. Let's not get carried away. Let's win this first today, and then we can talk about Asian Cup and other things in the future. For today, I think let's try and win this, and and try and see what we can do. But scoring a goal is important and a start, and it was a sensational goal from Lalinzwala Changte from distance. And Singapore, it looks like that Singapore seems to have been affected by that late goal. Morales says, be careful with defense. Need to score more goals in this game so we can keep the hopes more intense for, we pray don't repeat Oman scenario. Let's wait and see. At the moment, 15 minutes in, let's slowly do this. And Rahul Beke with a throw in, cleared by Singapore. Alpuya back to Mahesh, who's the last man. Plays twice to square, tries to find Changte. That's going to be too long. We need to win, but others also have to lose, so not easy. Still enough time to play. Yeah, exactly. As Gavin Lee, the interim head coach of Singapore, is being shown. Nakamura. That's again a bad pass. Apuya! Way over. And showing again the replay of this Apuya chance. Yeah. Good to see them taking risks. And Singapore having trouble to play out. Again, ball lost. Again, the ball to Changte. Changte wins the ball, loses the ball, has the ball back again. Yeah, Changte needs that. Into the middle, cleared by Harun. And that should be an easy ball for the keeper. Yeah, who has it? Turkmenistan and Sri Lanka underway. Interested in how Sri Lanka plays and Capo Verde qualifying brings up the total question a bit. Why and when will we qualify? Ochud, as expected, yeah. And Singapore playing long. Cleared by Valpuya. Apuya has the ball. Gives the Indian team some level of stability in that midfield. Rahul Beke. Great irregular guy like Changte scoring. By the way, here to go, and his lady is assistant coach of Philippines and Senegal. Yeah, Ochud, she is assistant coach to Pradyum Reddy. For sure, I can give you assurance we will see the Chetri magic tonight. Let's see Sadat. So far, so good. And let's keep it up. For so far, so good. I'm fine with it. If we can keep it up, but I will not get carried away by anything, knowing how things have evolved in the recent past. So therefore, positive start so far, but we will have to see how India does in the remainder of the game. And very, very important for India to keep up the momentum, keep up the pressure on the opponent and not lose that, because that's very, very important against a team like Singapore, who will try and combine. Cleared by Rahul Beke. Liston. Interesting switch between Liston and Changte. Sunil plays it back to Rahul Beke. Plays it out. Singapore have the ball. Fundi losing the ball. Mahesh has to keep it in. Does keep it in. Gets past the first. Doesn't get past the second. Apuya does well to earn the ball back. Lovely turn from Apuya Ralte. Plays it across from the right to the left. Shubhashish. Lovely through ball. Middle, Sunil. Oh, he nearly gets to it. Shuffle one, clears the ball for Singapore. Fandi loses the ball. A different kind of intensity today with India. How's India playing? Set the goal. Unable to watch with my Hotstar subscription. It was the best I've seen them play under Khalid Jamil, I would say so far. And I said this morning to someone, I guess the team has also had something to do with certain changes being made. I wouldn't be surprised that Khalid has consulted some of the players. That's the reason why Shubhashish and Apuya have come back. Intercepted by Singapore. Yong. Back to his captain. Ball played back to their keeper. He's going to go long. Apuya clears. Better than last match so far. Roshan, much better. Much. This is the best I've seen India play under Khalid, as I've just said. This is the best. There's attacking intent. There is gameplay. There is something in there. Yeah. The Mizo guys combination is working. Yeah, very true. Yeah, Apuya. And again, if you want to say Mizo's on Jordan on one side, I would say even the old Mumbai City connection is working. Hong Kong trying to Singapore trying to combine on their left flank. Western helping Valpuya. Nikhil Prabhu looking for Sunil. Apuya, lovely ball out to Lalinzwala Changte. And he has got now confidence. Does one step too many. Wins the ball back. Couple of positive changes in squad showing we can play quality. It's all about being right person, right place. Yeah. And experience does matter at international level. I think that's also being proven today. Liston does well. Oh, can't get past it. Singapore looking luckily disjointed so far compared to what they played the other day. India looking much better than they played the other day. Mahesh plays it back to Anwar. Shubhashish keeps the ball. Anwar plays it back to Gurpreet, who's not been tested at all. So that's also a good sign after 22 plus minutes. Rahul Deke. Apuya drops. Anwar goes long, looking for Sunil, but that's easy for keeper Iswan Mahmood. Nakamura had no impact so far. Plays it wide, but Shawal Anwar can't get to it. Shawal Anwar was exceptional the other day. Today we're playing like U23 guys. That's an interesting observation. Long ball forward, but only to the Singapore goalkeeper. Interesting statistics. There's only been one shot so far in this game after 24 minutes. And that was that sensational Lalinzwala Changte strike. Yeah, Singapore trying to play out from the back. Not fans of the big long shots. And then they lose the ball in their build-up. India much more alert. Mahesh looking at options. Changte coming. Plays it out to Lalinzwala. Changte tries to cross first time with Sunil and Liston in the middle. So far, totally different game than 5 days ago. And a deserving 1-0 lead for India. No fluke, no nothing. Today it is a deserving lead because we've been the better of the two sides. And everyone in Goa who's not gone to the match is missing out on a good game of football. Changte. Rahul Beke tries to play it in, headed out by Adli. Valpuya. Apuya plays it back to Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, taking no chances. Gurpreet launches long towards Valpuya. Thought it was a good touch, but then plays the ball out. Throw in Singapore. Singapore keeping the ball, tries to play it through to Fandi, who's onside, looking for Shawal Anwar, who would actually run in to the center position. First time that Singapore show attacking intent in this encounter. Yeah, overcooked it, luckily. Fandi. Cleared by Shubhashish. Liston is going to charge against Adli. Adli takes no chances and clears the ball. I think they throw in India. And Liston leaves it. Valpuya, Liston, back to Valpuya, back to Liston. Valpuya, Liston. And that's a throw in for Singapore. Let me know, guys, what do you think so far? I would say good game by India. Surprisingly, a very, very good game by India so far. And it looks like football. That's the most important thing, I think, so far. Singapore with the ball now. Stewart looking for Anwar. Oh, gets stuck in the ground and literally rips out a large portion of the grass. Singapore having problems with the conditions, I feel, surprisingly, because the weather would be similar to Singapore. Humid, hot. The ground, yeah, not the best. Through ball for Changte. Lalinzwala. Changte is free on goal. Lalinzwala. Changte plays it to Sunil. And Liston Colasso. He just has to play it into Sunil and he will tap it in. Rahul Beke. Where hits. Someone is saying Goa ground is awesome. Yeah, so that the stadium might be awesome, but maybe not the ground. And so that's said Liston. Yeah, Liston. Well done, Changte, showing his pace, using his pace, looking for Sunil, can't get through him. And Liston just has to play to Sunil. And Sunil can do something with it. Cleared by Singapore off the line. But still, we are creating opportunities. We are creating chances. That's the big difference. Maybe also for the first time under Khalid Jamil, India playing a home game. Changte. With a nice ball into the box, cleared by Singapore with two Indian players lurking. Mahesh keeps the ball. Mahesh, done, Changte. Well played once more by India. And smartly played by India. And the touch wasn't clean from Changte. The technique, I can do better. Distant Kulasa living up to his name. Need to double the lead now and keep the clean sheet tonight. Yeah. Otherwise, maybe it could be the revenge of Hong Kong. Of Singapore. Because it looks like it mirrors the game a few days ago, just on the other side. 4 shots from India, 2 on target. Singapore maybe with a counter-attacking move. Fandi. Anwar is chasing the tall, big striker. Fandi beats Anwar Ali. Ooh. Lucky escape for Anwar Ali. And Mahesh wins a foul against Stewart. I don't know what Mahesh is trying to say there. Once more, that Fandi duel against Anwar. Fandi nearly slips. And oh God, Anwar actually hits the man and not the ball. Oops. And another large chunk of the ground being taken out. Changte. Good cross. Cleared by Shafuan. Nikhil Prabhu. Foul against him. Hope this night Changte don't make blunders with changes. Yeah, Siddharth, let's wait and see. So far, I'm impressed by India. Ooh, Sunil needs to get good clearance there from Singapore. Nakamura having no impact at all on the game, luckily for us so far, after nearly 32 minutes. And Singapore is really struggling to get out of that first part of the half. Zola Changte, 14th-minute goal. Ishkan Fandi. Oops, and let's see what foul is being given. Rahul Beke. Yeah, Fandi causing some problems to our players. And Singapore on their first corner, Glenn Quay. Dead ball situations can also be dangerous for India. First corner for Singapore. Now India needs to defend. Man on man. Short corner. Yong. Raise it to Nakamura. Back to Yong. Into the far corner of the box. Little too far into the danger zone. Throw in Singapore. On the left, played forward, cleared by Rahul Beke. Changte. Back with Singapore. Beke lets it through for Anwar. goal side is quite sloppy. Players need to keep this thing in mind. Yeah, I agree with that. Nakamura. Nearly 35 minutes played. Okay, plays it to Chankti, who's now shifted sides with Liston, Mahesh, Sunil. Plays it across to Liston, Nikhil, Apuya, Shubhashish, Liston Colasso plays a nice ball in, Sunil Chetri, and that's a good attempt from Mahesh. Lovely setup from Sunil. And Mahesh Narem into the hands of Izwan Mahmood. Well played from Liston. Lovely setup from Sunil. And good shot from Mahesh. Much better from India. Nakamura across to Shawal Anur. And that would be a corner for Singapore. Sunil using experience at best. Yes, not only experience, but also class. Experience is one thing, but class. That was classy because Liston didn't just bang the ball into the middle, but Liston smartly played the ball into the middle. Sunil just with a simple layoff, and Mahesh with the technique that he has. But again, into the keeper, so no problem for Izwan Mahmood. Corner on the other side to be taken by Song Yong, back with him, and doesn't earn another corner. Not happy. Smart from Mahesh. If it worked. India still leading 1-0 through a sensational Lalinswala Chante strike. Yeah, that was perfect. That was close to perfect, and I guess the keeper didn't expect it. I did expect it. Even could have gotten a hand to it, and Khalid Jamil with a kiss to the ground. Haris Harun. Singapore also know they can't afford a loss today because that gives an advantage to Hong Kong. Long ball forward. Singapore a little bit under pressure. Shafuwan. Keeper plays it nice to to Stewart. Very poor turnout at Goa, given the importance of the match, and unless the game will be a sellout. Yeah, that's the reality. Oh, Nakamura, poor technique. It's interesting. Nakamura looked so good 5 days ago, and luckily today, totally off. India much better. Chante keeps control of the ball. Valpuya, Mahesh earns a throw in against Amirul Adli. Hong Kong, Bangladesh 1-1 full-time good fast. Yes, especially because Hong Kong were leading 1-0 against Bangladesh. Throw in for Singapore. Yeah, I thought the touch was from Mahesh. Hong Kong trying to clear their lines. And I don't know what that attempt was for from Shawal Anwar. And Shubhashish Bose on the ground. I hope it's nothing serious. Can't afford this. No, Shubhashish is standing again. Let's see what happened here. Okay, that hurt. That he went into that Shawal Anwar attempt. Nearly 40 minutes played. India 1, Singapore 0. Could be a big outcome for India today if we can win this. Liston. Yeah. Clear-cut last touch from Liston Colasso. I could see this from far away, sadly. Bangladesh could win their both games easily against Hong Kong, but they are just like cricket and football. 2 who chokes in last moments. So that could be said that, or, forget those matches. Think about the game against India in Shillong, which, if we're honest, they could have won. So far, those are the realities of things. So let's see what happens. At the moment, Hong Kong 8 points from 4 games. Singapore have 5. India and Bangladesh 2 each. If India win, they move to 5 as well as Singapore. All to play for. And Bangladesh are eliminated with their 2 points. One more goal needed, says Banjab. Yeah, because we win that head-to-head. Nicely done by Yong. Beats his marker for once. Stewart keeps the ball. Looking for Glenn. Well done by Changte to drop back deep. Plays it out smartly to Nikhil Prabhu. Singapore, and that should be a foul for India. Yes, given. Foul by Irfan Najib against Nikhil Prabhu. Sorry, not Irfan Najib, but Shawal Anwar. Yeah, way too late. Could be even a booking if the referee wants one. He still won't get to that ball. It's going to be a goal kick. India 1, Singapore 0. Good game by India. Very good game by India. The best I've seen in a while. And interestingly, Apuya playing his part. Shubhashish Bose playing his part. Mahesh playing his part. And Changte with his best performance for India in years. Foul against Song Yong. And good to see that those players who were very impactful for Singapore 5 days ago, non-existent. Nakamura, Yong as mentioned, Anwar as well, Fandi again, cleared. Shubhashish back with Singapore on the right flank, ball into the middle, Fandi, and that's the equalizer. Song Yong with the equalizer for Singapore in the 44th minute. And I shouldn't have said it. It was commentator's curse at its best. 1-1 Singapore. Building up from the right, putting pressure on the Indian defense. India can't clear their lines. Glenn Quay sets him up. And Songwei Young into the corner, placed shot. 1-1 India with Singapore. Now Liston thing will hurt more. Yes, it will. And not only that, also that attempt from Mahesh. Yeah, Punjab And this is football. It's a repeat of what happened in Singapore a few days ago, where Singapore were much, much better than India. And today, India has been much better than Singapore, but couldn't score a second. And now suddenly it's 1-1. Ball earned by Mahesh. Not given as a foul from the ref. Singapore now. Stewart. Anwar. It's over. Even with such offensive play, India look lazy while running. Okay. I don't know why they look lazy. I think maybe it's a style thing, but I thought India's doing well. 1 minute of added time in the first 45. Beke with the ball. Disappointing now. We did very well today so far. Liston loses the ball too easily. Fandi beating through 3 players, but Anwar Ali blocking him luckily. Long ball forward. Singapore have the ball back. The goal scorer plays it back to his captain. Harun. Across to Adli. Glenn Quay. Across to Stewart. Ball into the box, cleared by Rahul Beke. Mahesh, Liston, clear the ball, don't take any dangers. Oh, and that is the half-time whistle. It's 1-1, even Stevens between India and Singapore in this AFC Asian Cup 2027 final round qualifier, the 4th match day. India, the better of the two teams, deservingly a 14th minute scorcher from Lalinzwala Changte, giving India 1-0 lead. And then Song Wei Young just before halftime getting the equalizer. And from the head shake from Sunil Chetri, one will know that the Indian team cannot be happy about this result. We deserve more. And certain small little changes. The experience of Shubhashish Bose, the experience class of Apuya in the middle. Mahesh did well. Changte inter-switching with Liston. And small little things, but yeah, it is something which is there for us. And let's hope we can score maybe a second, because that's going to be important. If we can win today, we are back in the qualifiers. I think that's an important thing. We are not out. Let's hope so. We can change something. Let me know what you guys think. I hope they will come back and get the win, says Punjab. Yeah, I do hope as well. Let me know what you guys think about the game so far. What's your general opinion? As I said, this is the best I've seen India play under Khalid Jamil. Quite a good attacking display at home. Also a reminder, if you like this watch-along, you like behind 16 so far. If you like others maybe to join in and watch the second half with us, share the link, and of course, do subscribe to the channel. If you're new, we are at 3,022 at this moment in time as I speak. And thank you very much. And thank you, of course, that we did cross the 3,000 a few days ago, and watch the short videos that I try and make on a regular basis. So from that perspective, thank you very, very much, everyone who's watching. Hi, Blue. Played better than last night, but looks like still not enough. Yeah, Blue, I wouldn't say still not enough. I would say there was something. This was a good performance by us overall. And again, a little bit of cynical finishing here and there. And then who knows, maybe I think if we scored a second, this game would have been dry and dusted. But Sham says this performance doesn't look good. Sham, I don't think it was it? that bad? I don't think so. It will be judged as bad because, of course, he missed that opportunity or should have just passed it on to Sunil. Sunil is someone who I'm liking. Sunil is good in there. Mahesh looks good in there. Apuya doing what he does, what he needs. And yeah, and as Debu says, Changte was phenomenal. Second half will be vital. Yes, Changte was really, really good. Changte was on fire. Interestingly, starting on the left. I know that he's had some very, very good matches at the Fatoda. I remember not the season last, but the one before that, where Mumbai City made a 3-2 comeback after being 2-0 down against Goa. It was exceptional game from Changte around that phase. So he's had those moments. And yeah, so we'll have to wait and see what India can do. Potential changes. At the moment, I see none. I mean, if I see this is the starting lineup for India. Who do I have on the bench? I've got Gurmeet, I've got Amrinder as keepers, Rahim Ali, Brandon Fernandez, Farooq Chaudhuri, Udanta, Vikram Pratap, Mohammad Uwais, Danish Farooq, Sahal Abdul Samad, Pramveer and Deepak. If you ask me, if I go by the logic of experience, maybe Udanta for Liston. Maybe that might be something to look at if I'm looking at potential changes, Blue. But without that, I wouldn't tinker so much at this moment in time. Maybe later on, if I'm not playing Sunil for 90 minutes, maybe Rahim Ali can come on. Sahal could be an option for Mahesh. And again, if I don't need to make changes, Nikhil Prabhu and Apuya, ideally 90 minutes, if you ask me. Definitely best performance under Khalid. Couldn't agree more. This was, the best, by far the best performance I've seen from an Indian team under Khalid Jamil. I think I have a hunch. Again, this is something, knowing this team a little bit, that Khalid, I think, did have a word with some of the players, and then there was some inputs given, and I think that's the reason why Apuya and Subhashish have been called up. And I feel that the players have also had a little bit of a talk with the coach about how they want to play. Maybe it looks like to me. So that's very, very clear. And we have to win this. Come on, says Debu. If we bottle this, I have nothing to say. Debu, you know what? If you say, if we bottle this, I have nothing to say. Yes, I agree with you on one side, but on the other side it is good for us to be in a position that we can bottle it. Because if I'm honest, I today was not sure what to expect. Right? And I've said this now a few times from this perspective in the recent past. To expect something from an Indian football team is, I don't know, it's potentially winning the lottery. So therefore, for me, we've done very, very well so far, and played good. We played good football, right? This is something, but now the result has to be good as well. So therefore, let's wait and see what the coach does. And so far, to me, we haven't been able to do that, and that's going to be one of the things that we have to figure out. But again, I would say, I don't know what you guys think, but I certainly think that this has been a good performance from India, looking at what we can. Interestingly, I have done a vote. 72% have voted so far. 83% are saying India will win, 6% a draw, and 11% only saying Singapore is going to win. So that's good. I'll let the poll keep it running, let's wait and see. People complaining about being clinical is true, but come on, did we expect those changes even being made? Yes, I did. If you watch my pre-match video, looking at the way Khalid was speaking yesterday in the pre-match press conference, looking at the way he literally threw McCarthan and Paramveer under the bus, right? McCarthan no longer there for whatever reasons, I don't know. And Paramveer suddenly was not good enough to be your alternative left-back option. That to me was clear that if Subhashish and Apuya are coming in, and he also said, oh, you know what, I saw him the other day play in the AIFF Shield, I thought they played well. Those two have brought in a lot of stability. And don't forget, even under Manolo, Subhashish is the person who saved us against Bangladesh. If he doesn't do those two saves when Vishal Keth is beaten, we do not draw against Bangladesh. So let's be honest about those small little facts which are there. And in my opinion, so therefore that's the thing. And Blue says, my only problem is we got so lucky in the last few games that I fear it might get balanced. Blue, couldn't agree more with you on this because that is a real danger that is there. It's just natural, so to say, because so therefore for me, I take it. Chances not change. Oh, sorry, Devu, sorry, I misread it. Did they speak those chances? No. So no, and but only said yes because there is some level of. I always say, this team is not the best in the world, but they're not as bad as they've played in the last 2 years, right? So if I see them play today, there is some football left in the Indian football team, right? There is some football possible. And this is something which we're seeing today. That's why I'm saying that this is good. And that's why I'm saying there is some inputs from, I'm 100% certain, knowing this team a little bit at least, that there is some input that has been made by certain players with the national team coach that, Khalid, we can't play like this. We need to do something different. And that input is visible. So therefore, for me, let me just get up and just walk a little bit. Sitting for too long earlier with work and now with this. So therefore, let's hope. It's going to be interesting to see how we're going to figure out what we're going to do, because to me, this is going to be the main thing. Are we able to change the premise of things at this moment in time? Are we able to do what is needed to score a second, maybe score even a third, to win this encounter? That is one thing which I feel is going to be very, very important. That can India attack, play football, and challenge their opponent in a way that, you know what, we want to win this. We want to win this game. We want to win this encounter. And that is, to me, the challenge that I feel, which makes it interesting. And, so for me, I'd like to see us try more. I've been, and try and continue. And therefore, I'm saying that let Chante, let Sunil, let Mahesh, let Liston continue. Again, Liston might be my first sub. I would take Liston off, bring maybe Udanta on. That might give you an angle. If I'm taking Mahesh off, Brandon hasn't featured. I don't know, at home in Goa, maybe Brandon, but Sahal might also be an option. So therefore, Khalid has a few opportunities. The question is, which one will he use? Which one does he think is the right one in this kind of a situation? And again, can we, overcome this? Because once again, as we did a few days ago in Singapore, we conceded just before the break. And does that break our rhythm now? Or do we come back and play football, continue to play football as we did in the first half? And that's why the team talk now at halftime by Khalid Jamil into the Indian dressing room will be very, 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 very important and influential. Can this team do something about that or not? Sorry. Khalid is most probably sure that this matches are his last chance as national team coach. I don't know Angry Birds. He has a 2-year contract, so I don't know where the problem of his tenure crops up. My advice to Khalid is, if we score the second, just park the Titanic. I don't care. India was beautiful today. You know what, Devu? I get your point, but the Singapore goal just proved today that even though we looked quite solid in defense, but in the last 5-6 minutes, Singapore started playing a little bit, and and we somehow didn't continue. So therefore, for me, that's the question. Then is are we in a position to park the bus and allow the opponent to try and hit us? And and that's, therefore, for me, parking the bus sounds easy, but we are not too good enough to be able to park the bus. Now the main question is, can we score any more goals? Angry Birds, on any other day, I would question if we could score goals. Today, from what I've seen so far, this team can score more goals, because Chante's got a certain level of confidence in him. Mahesh, much better movements than we saw in the CAF Nations League. Sunil involved. That layoff to Mahesh was world class. And if even Liston hasn't done bad, but again, he'll remember because he took that opportunity and should have passed to Sunil. So therefore, that's what we'll remember. I'm really disappointed with the turnout in Goa. We need more cheering, more support. This is not done. Jordan, I couldn't agree more. So, yeah. The last game against Qatar in World Cup qualifiers is coming back again and again, haunting me, says Angry Birds. Yeah. I hope not, but yeah, I understand where you come from. Absence of Sandesh in Khalid's system is critical. Yeah, Debu, that's also a fact. Missing. The defensive lapse is there. So therefore, Blue, parking the bus doesn't fully work for me. If you ask me, it's a nice thought, but I don't think that parking the bus is going to be the best thing for us to do. I think we need to try and play football, and try and continue. So let's wait and see. At least with Apuya, midfield looks stable. Blue, he is that cut above the rest of the others. If someone in India, and even Igor Stimac had to learn it the hard way, there is no other player in this current India setup who is better than Apuya Ralte as a defensive midfielder or even as a midfielder in India, right? So therefore, that is something which is a fact. If I like it, you like it, we like it, anyone likes it or not, he is the best player in that position. As both the teams are out on the field, so far at least I don't see any substitutions, with Singapore now playing from left to right in their red, India playing from right to left in their blue kit, and cameras on Lalinzwala Changte. On the day like this, surely it has to be, because he is, and Sunil is already in the Singapore half. I could see his foot is over. If we lose or draw, it's over, right? If we lose, they will meet sort of yes. Okay, there is something. Now we have kickoff. If we draw, we're on 3, Hong Kong on 8. Looks difficult. Again, with 3 points or with 2 points, very, very difficult. So let's see. Apuya, Changte, 2 Mizo boys being the best. Yep, Debu, very true. As there is a tussle in the midfield. Valpuya, Stewart loses the ball. Apuya, Liston, Valpuya, Bheke, across to Anwar. He's going to play to Shubhashish Bose. Plays it back to Anwar. Bheke and Apuya drops back. Rahul Bheke looking for Bose, and he's for Changte. Doesn't get it to Changte as Singapore clear their lines. Anwar. And the goal scorer, Song Yui Yong. Anwar plays it forward for Sunil, who's challenging Haris Harun. And the keeper high and long and wide. Oh, bad header from Shubhashish, but Rahul Bheke heads it back to Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, who's not had much to do, but of course has conceded the goal. Can't be happy. Gurpreet Singh Sandhu for that. Nice ball to Liston. First touch not good, but still gets the ball against Glenn Quay. Valpuya, Apuya, Valpuya, Rahul Bheke. Anwar plays it back to his keeper. Anwar Ali. Mahesh dropping back. Sorry, Nikhil Prabhu. Sometimes Nikhil Prabhu and Mahesh look similar in their running style. And that is cleared by Irfan Najib. He's coming for the other Stewart brother. Anwar across, ball for Lister, and that should be a foul. And that's the first yellow card of the game for Glenn Quay. Luckily for Singapore, good ball from Anwar Ali. And it's actually the best that happened to him because he had lost the ball. Distant first touch is so poor, says Devomit. Yeah, that was really poor. And he has technical abilities. That's why sometimes I'm surprised with players like him. Glenn Quay with a yellow card. Picked up deservingly. And Lalinzwala Changte puts the ball just outside of, on the edge of the box, quite to the right. So can curl it in. Or does he do an indirect free kick? Let's see. I think he'll try straight. Full concentration, 49th minute. Lalinzwala Changte over the ball. Changte into the wall. Corner for India. India seems like shifted towards the long ball game this half. So that let's wait and see. But these Anwar Ali long balls and others were there in the first half as well. Corner. Mahesh to take it. Second corner for India. Singapore has also two. Running around, pushing and shoving and into the box. Cleared by Shawal Anur. Ball in a dangerous position. Rahul Beke. And I think it's offside. Yeah. And that's offside. I think there were two Indian players. That's a position. Chante header. In that stage, it wasn't. But then it's a head on. And then Rahul Beke is offside. Singapore trying to play out again. India win the ball back. Liston, Sunil, Nikhil Prabhu, Changte. There's someone coming. Someone needs to tell Changte that. No one does. And they lose the ball, but India have the ball back. Apuya plays it to Rahul Beke. Has the ball back. Valpuya. Beke. Play Anwar, who chips it long and high with Mahesh chasing. Keeps it in. Nice ball in the middle. Headed out by Singapore. Nikhil Prabhu. Liston Colasso. Can Liston make something out of it? Apuya. Plays it to Anwar. And Shubhashish Bose and Anwar, misunderstanding between these two. Yeah, the head on was the offside moment for Rahul Beke. Fandi loses the ball. Nakamura with the ball forward, ball through. Gurpreet Singh Sandhu needs to come out. Ooh. Ilhan Fandi is now in. Okay. Didn't realize that there was a substitution for Singapore. Important that Gurpreet got to the ball before. Ilhan Fandi, one of the two brothers. India clear their lines. Harun, Adli, Nakamura, Nikhil Prabhu, and then Mahesh to Changte. Good intensity from the Indian team today. Changte, Shubhashish Bose, good cross. Sunil doesn't get to it. Good game by the Blue Tigers. Long throw in from Rahul Beke. The Indian backline in the box of Singapore. Rahul Beke into the danger zone. Turn from Shubhashish. Cleared by Singapore. Apuya. And way off. I am back. Do you remember? Hi, Sushil. Yes, welcome back. So poor match. Mahesh, am I watching something else? This has been the best that India's played under Khalid Jamil. By far the best that India's played. I wish instead of Goa, they choose Northeast as venue. Yeah, so that. Singapore. Kevan Fandi loses the ball. Throw in for for Singapore, sorry. Throw in for Singapore. The Fandi brothers are trying to combine. Nakamura. And Glenn Quay with a foul on Liston. Nothing big, nothing onwards, but yeah, there's a contact. Cleared by Singapore, Shubhashish. And into the box, the keeper has it. Singapore now playing a lot of these normals. Shubhashish has to be alert. Changte. And that's a foul from Irfan Najib. Free kick India from the left. And again, Sunil, Anwar, Nikhil, Beke up front. Headed on by Sunil. But given as a foul against Sunil Chetri. Apuya. Nice little chipped free kick. But yeah, Nikhil probably with the foul. I don't know. Someone with the foul. Is one Mahmood. Singapore keep the ball. Nakamura being put under pressure. Plays it to Najib. Najib plays it back to his keeper. Plays it long, but only to Apuya. Who plays it to Changte. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Plays it back to Shubhashish. And he back to Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. 56 plus minutes played. It's 1-1 between India and Singapore. Mistake by Glenn. Apuya. Liston back to Apuya. Plays it to Anwar. Shubhashish. And Shawal Anwar. Out. Again throw in India. Shubhashish. And did I just miss this? I did think I did miss something, right? Song Wei Yong scores a second. Counter-attacking move. Fandi waits. Shal, Anwar, and Song Wee Yong with a second for Singapore. What a strike. This one hurts. This one hurts badly. Angry Bird says we are out. They are an embarrassment to football, don't even do basics, right? You know what? If you said it another day, I would be fine with it. But you know what? They've done, for their standards, what they've played under this coach, they did very well for themselves today. But football is sometimes the way it is. And the question is, can we get back? Liston beats his man, plays it to Nikhil Prabhu, gets it back to Liston. Liston! Earns a corner. Yeah, oh no, says Roshan. Song Wee Yong is the man who scored both the goals. Poor man marking. I don't think it's man marking, it's just poor backwards movements by the Indian team. What is Liston doing? Trying to score, Siddharth. Corner, good one. Cleared by Singapore. Again, maybe a chance for a counter attack. Fandi beats his marker, beats two. And Apuya and Anwar somehow or the other. So predictable, says Mahesh. You know what other? I'm not sad. It's gradually becoming a torture. Angry Birds, you know what? In the last few days, I would have said torture, this, that, everything. But they played well. They played well in the first half. This is the best I've seen them play in a while. But yeah. Well, our standards are not good enough for Asian Cup. XYZ, I think there's a lot of countries whose standard is not good enough for the Asian Cup. If you want to take that as your reason, there are most probably 5, 7, 10 teams who are good enough for the Asian Cup, and the rest is just there to make up numbers. Let this AFF go out because they are of no use, says Angry Birds. Yeah, now I want to see what kind of reaction does this team show. Can this team show some kind of reaction, or does it now, live with this? Does it fall apart? And the craziest shots on target, India 3, Singapore 2. Result, India 1, Singapore 2. So that's the reality. Changte with a good cross, good header. Sunil Chhetri. But Izwan Mahmood is there. That's a good ball from Shubhashish. Again, good movement from Changte. Uses his pace, the width of the field. Good cross. And luckily, there is a header. But on the other side, Singapore. The Fandi brothers. Oh, bad. Sunil plays it out to Liston. Liston Colasso. Does not find Sunil. If I understand you right, not today's match, but the previous matches hurt. 100%. Today is the best performance, even if we lose. I will say today, as I said the other day, after the Singapore game, we were terrible. And I will take that 1-1 any day, right? But on the other side, if I see today's performance, and India has been a non-performing team for the last 2 years most of the time. Let's be honest about it. 2 years, more than 2 years. I take this performance. But Changte beats his marker and at least earns a corner. They're trying. They're playing football. I take this. Right? I will take this today. Because the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers were not lost today. right? We were lucky against Bangladesh in that 0-0. We were unlucky against Hong Kong, I think, with that late penalty and goal. Against Singapore, we were lucky. Today, maybe luck has run out. Corner and another corner for India. Maybe luck has run out after all the luck that we've had. CAF Nations Cup the other day in Singapore. The players will say we tried our best. We even scored a banger. They will say XYZ. Yeah, but what's the problem? We tried our best. Yes, today they did. They didn't try their best the other day in Singapore. They did not even try their best in the CAF Nations Cup where they finished third. And Blue says luck balanced it out, but some guys were praising the black days, but will shame today. Exactly, Blue. That is going to be the point. Very, very well understood and said from you. To me, that's going to be the biggest problem, is that we today at least tried playing football, showed that we can play football to a certain level, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, right? As Sahal prepares for his substitution. So for me, even if we're going to lose, I don't know, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, whatever, we at least tried. Yeah? Jante with his best performance in an India shirt for a while. Apuya showing why he's needed. But also, the deficiencies which we have are not going away. And they're not going to go away. And the one thing which became evident today, which is very clear, experience is needed at international level. All those fools who want to bring in the younger players now and blood them in, please do that. Please do that. Corner for India. And that is something which I'll say today. That was my worry. Change the fortune of fate of CAF Cup with these two matches and India. Exactly, Roshan. The CAF Cup was so unimportant and we were lucky. It was lucky. Right? The best was not enough. Now they will try their luck in South and we will say we tried our best. Yeah, but what's the problem by saying we tried our best? We are not better than this. XYZ. Wake up to those realities. Sunil. Right? So the problem here is, right, waking up to reality of things. Listen. Sahal for Liston, yes. Yeah. And Farooq for Mahesh. Someone comment on KNO stream, come on India, stop football. And XYZ, you know what? You find it funny. I find it disrespectful. Anyone who says stop football is not a football fan for me. Sorry. I'll be brutal on that fact. Only jokers will say stop football, ban football, boycott football. Right? But anyway, who am I to say that? Because a lot of people seem to know more, right? And don't have a clue about football. Don't have a clue about Indian football, but everyone wants to have a word. That is our biggest problem. We have too many people who are blabbering, who don't even understand the F of football. Right? That's the problem. So, yeah. Those are the people who are saying, stop football. Weren't you who were celebrating Khalid Jamil? Yeah. Celebrating CAF Nations Cup. That all has no value. But hey, you know your stuff. That is what annoys me, makes me angry. To be fair, I was going to this game expecting nothing much, as our hope of course was not good, but this attempt by the players to get something on the this was good to see. Exactly, well said. Well said. You know, the thing is, they at least tried today. In Singapore, we got a result without trying. That is the reality. What happened? We were flying for the first 15, 25 minutes. XYZ, that is football. Football is in phases in a match. You do not play like that for 90 minutes, not even us. We have 2 or 3 chances, and then you will have to be able to score. If you don't, you allowed in. You could see it after 35 minutes that Singapore was slowly getting into the game, right? Cornered India. Changte. Into the box. Cleared by Haris Harun. So therefore, that's the point. We will not control a 90-minute match, right? Last night, Northern Ireland, Germany. It was old-fashioned British football from Northern Ireland. It was terrible to watch, right? But Germany did what was needed to be done. Nick Woldemade scored with the back of his shoulder from a corner. Done. Take the points, go home, right? That is football sometimes. Foolish guys who say stop football. Jordan, I couldn't have said it better. Again, to me, people who say stop football, don't watch football, this, that, everything, boycott, whatever. No, you can, once in a while, you can boycott your team or whatever. Yeah, if you think that is right. But does it have an impact? Nobody cares what you do, right? When is our next international senior team match? Next month against Bangladesh. What's up? Some guys are saying India were better without Mohun Bagan super giant players, in opinion. No, they were not. And let's see. Ilhan Fandi, already on a yellow, no, doesn't get it. No, they were not blue. Apuya gave the whole team stability. Shubhashish, a much better player than Mohamed Uwais. And this again shows you, as I say, everybody can have an opinion. But do they have the understanding, the knowledge to have an opinion, right? So that's the problem. Lionel Tan and Jacob Mala coming on with Irfan Najib, one of the 2 players going off. Or, wait, yeah, 70 minutes gone. And Glenn Quay. So therefore, Blue, to me, no, Mohun Bagan players today are not the reason why we are with the result which we are in, right? Free kick, Changte from the right. 5-6 Indians in the box. Changte, that's a good one. Cleared by Mala. Liston in the box. Liston in the box hits it too hard. Sahal, and cleared by Fandi with his head. You have to use the momentum you created to score. If your defense is not strong enough, it will hurt. Yeah, Roshan. Simple football. You're very, very right. Very, very right. And India at least tried today. Today, at least we tried. Corner, India. From the left, Liston Colasso. Headed on. Sunil wants a penalty. A corner given. To be fair, Arun, the first couple of minutes was like a battering ram trying to get the job done, but the energy spent will come by us at a stage. I don't think it's that. Cleared. Sahal trying to get the ball into the middle. Throw in India. I think it's time to bring some U23 players. Where are those who are able to play at this level? Right? This is. Let these qualifiers go. We can talk about under 23 players next summer. And I think Naushad Musa said something very, very wisely yesterday, post-match. Said, give these players some more exposure before you think about bigger roles. And that's your problem. Can these players make a come? Let's see how they play. Listen, XYZ, they're trying at least. Are they going to make it? I don't know, but they're trying. Cleared by Singapore. Chance for a counter for Singapore. Ball played to the left. Kept by Singapore. Ball across. Gurpreet has it. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong, but again, the problem is, I think it's not a power or fitness issue. India played well, but we couldn't score a second. I think that's the main thing. Farooq. Anwar on the left plays a good ball. Does Sunil get to it? No, he doesn't. Liston Colasso with a shot. And that should be a corner for India. We're trying. We're 2-1 down. We're opening up. Important here. Safuwan, Baharuddin, and Sunil, and then Liston. Let's see. Sunil, is it the header? Ooh. Another corner. The goalkeeper has a touch to it. Another corner for India. We're putting pressure on Singapore, guys. We are putting pressure on Singapore. Today, we deserve something. Let's see if we're going to get it. Changte this time with the corner from the right. 11-2 corners for India now. Changte headed on. Rahul Beke cleared by Singapore. And the goal scorer, double goal scorer, Song Yui Yong, just whacks it out. Valpuya, last man. Plays it to Apuya. Jordan saying, come on. Yes, come on, India. With this, we're playing, we're fighting. Long ball forward. Ooh. India are trying after 75 minutes. We got ample opportunity of scoring. If we are not scoring, simply we don't deserve to win the game. Yeah, it's as simple as that. But at least we're getting opportunities today, guys. This is the point that I'm trying to make. We are fighting and we're playing football. We are not playing to lose. We're trying to win this game. This is the big change. Yes, the way our team has played, hope this pressure gives us a deserved second goal. Exactly, Welzian. We're trying. We are working. We're not giving up. We're not standing there and waiting for the opponent to score against us. That's the point that I'm trying to make today. Ball on the right. Valpuya against Ilhan Fandi. Yeah, the attacking player also in a defensive position. Valpuya plays it to Farooq. Back to Rahul Beke. Anwar has to be fast and doesn't take any chances. Plays it back to Gurpreet. Rahul Beke. Apuya, Valpuya. Ball through to Farooq, but back with the Singapore keeper is going to bang it forward long. And there is one Singapore player down with cramps. Looks like Shawal Anwar. Foul on the goal scorer, Yong. Yeah, that was a foul from Sahal. India won, Singapore 2. 77 minutes in this match. And Rahim Ali, as well as Udanta, getting ready to come on. That would mean that Changte and Sunil most probably to come off. Or is he going to take one of the defensive players off? That was a slip. Actually smartly played that counter-attack by Ik and Fandi. And then Shawal Anwar to Song Hui Yong. And the attacking midfielder with the second of the game. Udanta now as well as Rahim Ali on the field. Looks like Changte and Sunil are off. Sunil and Changte, yes. Sunil Chetri and Lalinwala Changte off. So completely revamped attacking line for India. Long ball from Singapore. Ilhan Fandi can't get to it. India building up. Anwar. Shubhashish. Back to Anwar. Rahul Beke. Plays it to Anwar. Anwar with the ball across to Farooq. Sorry, that was Udanta. India won Singapore 2, 79 minutes played. With a loss, India's chances are slim regarding the Asian Cup. Or actually, no, we're out. We would be out because we can't beat Singapore head to head. Yeah, if we lose, we're out. Because Singapore then would also move to 8 points. Am I calculating wrong? Sorry. Yeah. If Singapore move to 8, we're out. It's then Singapore against Hong Kong. Rahul Beki loses the ball. Ilhan Fandi on the left. Mapuya and the goal scorer. Young, but this time Gurpreet has the ball. Anwar plays it to Apuya. Farooq looking for Rahim, but international feed seems to have a problem. Do you think a preseason regular season could have prevented all this? Roshan, on one side, a good question, a good theoretical question, difficult to answer because today at least I feel that India is not lacking in regard to match practice. They've shown maybe towards now the end, the energy, the power might become now an issue, but it is the way it is. So very theoretical ball across, cleared by Singapore. I think it would have helped, but to how much, to an extent, I don't know, because in March we were in season, in June we were just at the end of the season, and it didn't help. Apuya leaves the ball for Anwar. Shubhashish. Changte. Very clearly evident that Changte didn't go off. Sorry, it looks like Nikhil Prabhu went off, so India switched to a 4-1-4-1. Anwar across to Udanta. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Udanta with a overcooked cross, but Sahal couldn't get to it. Sahal, why not use Changte? Changte with a cross across. Header. And misses it. Udanta. Udanta header. Just off target. India trying everything they can. Udanta would have been another story. Long Goal kick. Fandi, his brother, but Gurpreet. Anwar. Plays it to Shubhashish. Nice turn from Sahal, but plays it back to Shubhashish. Gets it back to Sahal. Nice ball to Rahim Ali. Rahim Ali plays it across to Udanta. Udanta now needs to put in the cross. That's a good cross. The keeper misses it. Ball with Sahal. There is no one there. Apuya, Rahim Ali. And that should be a foul for India. No, not given, says the referee. Chance for Singapore to break. Ikshan Fandi dispossessed. Apuya, and then India on the other side. Udanta on the right. Udanta plays it across to Sahal. Not a good chest. Little too high the ball. But India are still trying. And the final substitution coming on. Brandon Fernandes. As Lalinzola Changte goes out. And Changte shaking his head. Yeah, good game from Lalinzola Changte. I think the best I've seen him in an India shirt for quite a while. Brandon Fernandes back in the India shirt. Singapore with the ball. Sahal chasing the goal scorer, Yong. 10. Back to 10 on the right. 10 with a good cross and a good header. Lovely save from Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. It was one of the Fandi brothers. Chance for Rahim Ali to break on the left. Rahim Ali has no support. 6 Singaporeans in a defensive position. Sahal plays it across to Valpuya. Out to Rahul Beke, who's and slips. Rahul Beke in a right wing back position. If we lost today, and Hami Sahin on the ground. Once more the cross from Tan. Tan with the cross. And Ilhan Fandi had a great one-handed save. Palmed away by Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. If we lost today, it would be acceptable. Khalid needs to get sacked ASAP. We're playing good football today. That's a fact. But who's going to talk about it? That's going to be the problem. The big point, or the big talking point today will surely be, if we lose today, that India will be out of the AFC Asian Cup 2027, out of the qualifiers. Because head-to-head, Singapore will always stay ahead of us, even if we win the next two. And of course, Singapore are playing Hong Kong, so one of the two can get at least to 9 points. So therefore, if we lose, we stay on 2, we are out. Ball back with Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. Rahul Beke plays to Apuya. Apuya being put under pressure by Nakamura. That's a foul given by the Lebanese referee. Gurpreet is going to bang it long. 87 plus minutes played. Had AFF chosen right coach, we wouldn't be out today. Look, I couldn't agree more with you. Chance for Singapore now to counter. They're taking their time, play the ball back. Tan to his captain, Harun. Back to the keeper, who bangs it forward. Rahul Beke can't clear it. And that's a handball from the goal scorer. And one of the Tan brothers is down. I think it's Iksan Fandi, yeah. Cramps setting in. On verge of losing the whole AFC cycle, so it's better to should focus on proper restructure. Yeah, Siddharth, but let it restructure in the AFF first. Guten Abend, says Zoravar. Good evening. And it's basically over in India, says Manjab. It's never over till it's over. Brandon. Cleared by Singapore. Back with Brandon Fernandez. Tries to put it into box. Cleared by the Singaporeans. The goal scorer. And that's now a chance to counter, but Hani Siahin, offside, so he doesn't make the run. Ball back with India. Nearly 89 minutes played. Apuya pays it to Rahul Beke. Brandon Sahal. Rahul Beke in a playmaker position. Apuya. Rahul Beke up in attack. Udanta, come on, get one cross in. Udanta in the box. Udanta beats the marker. Udanta gets it across. Brandon. Oh, I can't get a shot on goal. Young, the goal scorer, plays it across to Ilhan Fandi, who's going to keep the ball. Yeah, he's going to try and go to the corner. Valpuya now needs to get the ball off him as quickly as he can. Ilhan Fandi, and he earns a corner. Why are people in chat disappointed? This is written in wall. I'm surprised they scored one and it's just losing by one. Rather, I think we are disappointed because this was a good performance from India after a long time. You know. So we take it. To some extent, we can say no league, no preseason is also possible. Of course it is to that. But today, for the first time, I'm seeing a fight, an urge from the senior team, which I haven't seen in a while. Right? So that's the biggest positive. It's slowly curtain closed for us. Instant Brazil today. Played really well. So that. Yeah, well then. Tan. And I think he earns another corner for Singapore against Rahim Ali. 4 minutes of added time. 91st minute. India somehow need to score. And there's disappointment at the Fatorda. It's visible. It's palpable. But India's still trying. Corner. And Singapore are staying in there. Young wants to get back to the corner, not getting it. India somehow are trying to get it. India win the ball back. Do you think we would be better off with a coach who have worked with a weak national side before? Toba, I would have worked with any national team coach. Jordan Emma Vive coming on. And can he be our savior for a second time? Ikshan Fandi coming off. So from Toba, I would have taken anyone with international experience. Does it have to be a weak team? No, it doesn't have to be a weak team. Stadium is empty. Yes, Zoravar, the stadium is very empty. Farooq Chaudhuri can't get it. Throw in India. Do you think Khalid got his tactics right today, but our finishing let us down? Anurag, is it Khalid's tactics? I'm putting something into the room. I don't think this is Khalid tactics. Rahul Beke with a long throw-in. Rahul Beke with a throw-in in the 93rd minute. Can it get us at least a point and keep us alive in the qualifiers? Rahul Beke, long throw-in. Headed onwards by Shubhashish Bose, but into the arms of keeper Izwan Mahmood. There was a population or population like what low qualifier. Yeah, but that's again, these comparisons make no sense, right? Avik. It's over frustrating. Yes, the substitution was not necessary. Everything was going fine. As Jordan, I think that's another thing, right? Substitutions were utterly woeful. Singapore, again, Ilhan Fandi will want to go to the corner flag, stop him from going there. Apuya wins the ball. Apuya, free kick. Acha, against Jordan. He won't do that mistake again, play the ball backwards. Jordan, Ima, Vive. So, Jordan, I'm right. Yeah, the substitutions haven't worked. I wouldn't have taken Jangte off. I wouldn't have taken Sunil off. I think those were two of the most influential players. Ooh. Sahal trying to win the ball back. Keeps it. Brandon into the box. Is there a header for India? No, it's not. Singapore clear their lines. Long ball forward. Seconds to go. Apuya to Shubhashish Bose. To Anwar Ali. Anwar plays it to Udanta. Udanta against Stewart. Udanta across and cleared by Tan. Brandon into the box. And that should be another corner for India. 95th minute. India fighting. Important header out there from Tan. Even Japan beat Brazil today, but we're struggling against a 5 lakh population country. Yeah, but even Japan beat, what is it? In a friendly. What is the value of this? Corner. 95th minute. The referee having a word with both sides. No pushing, no shoving. I'm watching you is the clear sign of the referee. Corner India. Cleared by the goal scorer. Even Gurpreet in the box, and that's a game, set, and match. India out. It's over. India 1. Singapore 2. India go ahead through a Lalinzwala Changte scorcher. And then Song Yu Yong, the number 7 of Singapore, with a goal in the first half and then with another in the second. Turns things around. As if my statistical reading is not wrong, India are out of the AFC Asian Cup 2027 qualifiers, meaning we will not be traveling to Saudi Arabia in 2027. Yeah, let that sink in. And why does they ever keep appointing club coaches? A question to ask Tobo, the AFF. It's over curtains. So Sri Lanka is the only one who can qualify. Yeah. It does. And you know what? It feels so bad today. Because at least we played football. It feels bad today because at least we tried. And I can't blame the players today. We didn't lose this today. These qualifiers were lost in the earlier matches. And today we deserve more. But again, we didn't deserve anything the other day in Singapore. And this is football, right? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And that's something which it is. Some of the over situation in Indian football, yeah, which should. Yeah, tender AFF general situation. And Real Debu says, when we defend, we lack in attack. When we attack, we lack in defense. Oh, that's very well said, Debu. Very well said. Yeah, today we lacked in defense, weirdly. And yeah. To be honest, I wanted India to lose by at least 4 goals or more, so they have had some pressure. Now they will give excuse India played well, but blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Arunava, I don't think that the fans will allow that blah, blah, blah to happen. Right? Again, yes, we played better. This is the best I've seen India play in a long, long time. But, yeah. Prithviraj Patra says, man, I feel like crying. They really did well and messed up some poor individual decisions. We did well, which gave me hope. Well, feels like I was put on top to be pushed off hard. Prithviraj, welcome to the club. Yeah. So, that's I think it sums it up, not only for you, but I think for all of us who support Indian football, who love Indian football, because today was, you know, I think what I say is I didn't expect much. I didn't hope much from this game, but the team overperformed from that perspective. But yeah, we had it in our hands. But again, these guys didn't perform like this before. So Rushabh, Sir Khalid making look Igor like Pep, says Ogni. Honestly, glad we are now out. Final, they will be held accountable. No, they will not. Rushabh, that's the first mistake. Who's going to be accountable? Was anyone accountable in the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years for anything? For the last 3 years that this AIFF has been under Kalyan Chaube, is there any level of accountability? Is there any level of introspection? No, it's not. Right. So if you think that will change, yeah. For me, this somewhat hurts, just like the game against Afghanistan, but with a twist for us being good for once. Still, there's a mixed feeling. Yeah, well, then that's the point. We at least tried today, and the point here is at the end of the day is Singapore. Yeah, they're just showing the 2 goals, smart conversions. Song Yo Young, and this is it. I will watch only women's football from now on. Yeah, I personally do that, but it doesn't change the scenario. Weak teams like ours have no consistency. You don't know what to expect with our players. Yeah, maybe. Same exactly like West Qatar. Chance they scored. Only thing, no controversy, says they were. I wanted to cry when second goal went in, but I just numbed now. Yeah, Rushabh, welcome to the club. Bose is walking like an old donkey, no position awareness, no man. Who says that? And this is the problem of people having again, yeah, every one of you have got an opinion. I think Ashish Bose has had more of an impact than Mohamed Uwais has had, and I don't know, multiple matches. But again, you'll say, oh, it's his fault. Oh, it's let me not get first blame. I don't know, Agni, if that's the problem. Years after years, only heartbreaks says Palash. Are we playing an important role next 2 years? No. It's if you count SAF, then we are. So 23 full team versus senior in India will be different. It's huge. No, it will be massive. What pains me is Khalid will go back to his haram ball mode after this. Yeah, there he will. I just want to disappear. I want to forget this team ever even exists, says Rushabh. Very disappointed with Volpoya. I saw him throughout the last season. I was so impressed in what he does before the second goal. His strike back slowly. Yeah, but again, that's not your problem, Rushabh. That's we are not in season, and that is at some stage it will become visible, and that's the problem. That where we are, how good we are, how not good we are. Time to focus careers, says Vignesh. Okay, will beat senior team? No, they won't. Okay, they will get beaten, and that is anyone who thinks that the under 23s are better than, again, look at who they're playing, how they're playing, what they're playing. No, they're not. That's what happens when people have average players like Valpuya. For sure, now India will be the weakest team in upcoming SAF, says that. We need to start from the basics. Yeah, Mahesh, but what? With whom? With the national team, or across the board, right? That's the problem, no? So therefore, are we ready for those? Right? Are we willing to do what is needed? Yeah. So I don't know. Let me just put out a tweet. Sorry. Sorry, just wanted to put a tweet out. We missed Sandesh today. Yeah, but again, Sandesh was the weakling the other day in Singapore. I'm playing as a fullback. I get it. It's difficult to deal with balls over it, but you're so experienced. At least do better. It's unreal. No. Sir Khalid to be blamed most. The players called up subs. The plan. Me. Yeah, he's the coach. Who else do you want to blame? Right? Again, today having Shubhashish and Apuya gave the team stability. But we played good for what, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and then we lost the plot, right? And that's the reality of things, and therefore then are we gonna get over that line? I don't think so, right? We want mass regulation AFF. Now best scenario is 2-3 years. FIFA ban to escape future SAF humiliation. Whenever, at the moment, given the changes hopefully being made to the constitution, I think talking about a FIFA ban is not needed, so to say. Make it too slow to be that. Moving up and down, maybe made up too. Okay, first AFF needs to stop India and quota, at least in coaching positions. Is it true? Now how we're looking at the next 2-3 years of national team and football in India now. Prithviraj, I think, forget the national team. I think there needs to be sorting in the AFF. I think that's the biggest headache that Indian football has at this moment in time. I think if that is not sorted, we don't need to talk about anything else, right? We talk about a lot of things, but if we don't sort out the basics, which is the federation, we don't need to talk about the rest, right? The national team, so yeah, that's also a thing. So will PAF from now on. So will be interesting to see. Guys, relax. No need to press panic button. In football is always like this, and we remain like this unless we are working on grassroots. No, Siddharth, we are in a much more worse state than we have been, at least in my time in Indian football, because overall there are many problems at all levels. And if, for example, the tender thing is not sorted, if the league is not sorted, what are we going to do? The AFF needs a different level of leadership, but who's gonna do that? So therefore, for me, so yeah. So that's the problem. So yeah. Indian football in huge trouble on field, off field, says Mahesh. Yeah, that's the point. Just saying the situation of Indian football, the AFF is their own world, the players in their own world, and the fans we are own. Yeah, well then that's the problem. All the subs went against us. That's, I think, a big thing, right? I would have never taken Changte and Sunil off. If they were players to create, those were the players, I thought, right? Life was good when I was only watching cricket. There is no major event for us. No saaf to count mat karna. Kisko blame kare? We are not simply good enough. Okay. I think 2 subs would be enough as we were playing well, says Blue. I agree. I'm trying to make positive out of it. Like a reset can be done to everything, but we all know nothing going to happen. It's just making more. Especially Chanktushya State. Agree. And our positives of the match, at least I get a told you moment as I'm saying this. I feel it's kind of inappropriate considering the match. No, Vijit, it's not about, I told you it's not an I told you moment. And this is I think the biggest learning of today. If I see the way the team played, what they played, how they tried to play, I at least give them credit for that. It wasn't the best, but it was much better than what I've seen in the recent past. And therefore, this result, sinks in a different way. And therefore, for me, it doesn't work. Hey, Siva, Indian national players will have free time to enjoy themselves. I say, yeah. Time to focus on me and my life, says Hannibal. The goal scorer for Singapore was naturalized. Okay, from being 1 win away From next round to getting out of Asian Cup, how do you rate India's this cycle? We were bad. We were not good enough. We are ranked 2. No, we are not, Archana. Whenever I see Khalid speaking, I feel like some AI robot is speaking of the program language. Says that will be 6-year vacation, says XYZ. Tell me one thing, why not give Rahim 10 more minutes? I mean, he scored the goal, at least we could have used the pace instead of Farouk. Why sub out Changte? Good question. The subs didn't work at all today. He made it worse. I'd have to say one thing, even if we got out, we should all stay united and still demand more. If we give up, it's a loss. So let's just keep supporting even in defeats. Jai Hind says. Renal, what was the difference between CAFA and qualifiers? I think that most of the CAFA nations themselves didn't take the CAFA Nations Cup seriously. And we won flukes, Mahesh. This was real. I see Sunil's last football season coming. Most likely. And maybe we saw, I don't know if he's going to come back in November. Maybe we saw the last of Sunil in the India shirt today. I'm not sure if Sunil is going to be in there in November. Finally, he can retire peacefully. Now, no more burden to carry this national team. Or he wasn't sharp today, but again, we don't have a league going on, so I'm happy for him. Rishabh, at least he had opportunities and chances, got into spaces which other Indian players don't get. That's also a reality, right? Which Indian strikers got into the position that Sunil got into today and then the other day in Singapore. I think Khalid played 2 defense in the previous matches. Okay, can Kabera has this did. Yes, of course, they have diaspora players around. The greatest problem is that we can't score, for God's sake. We are one goal team from time I started watching football 3 years ago. In modern football, we lost 7 of 8 times with a single goal. Okay. If we had played both matches like today, yes, we lost 1, but we could have won 1-2. Yeah, who knows? I think Changte looked a little gassed out, but taking Mahesh out made no sense. Farouk ruined some good plays, was forcing passes. I don't think Rishabh Changte needed to be taken off. Changte looked like the most convincing player, attacking player of ours today. Did you see Khalid getting sacked along with the politicians? No. I think we played very well, and with the right players and right mentality, I think we should be able to play well. Probably a couple of OCIs in places where we lack can help strengthen us. Yeah. Sir, please leave the info before info release. User says zigzag. Too late for that. It's nice to have an angry action out with the blame game and pointing fingers at Raja, but I want Khalid to stay. Let's give him some time. Abhijit. Only people who don't understand will say it doesn't work. You play good, you play poor, you can't score a goal, your game plays useless. Is Chetan. Just who do you have in your mind that can take the place of the defensive players in the coming years? Imagine, that's the problem. I don't see anyone. Tell me the players who can replace the players who are currently playing. Don't tell me those under 23 players. The only one that I can see defensive players is Bikash Yumna, right? That's someone who in a year or two can take a position. Is the rest of the matches are only for formatting? Can we let now to no, Abhijit? Why Naushad? Leave him at the under 23s. And this is the other problem, right? Naushad Musa has been a good coach at youth level, right? Let him be there. This is not a position. We need someone, an international experienced coach to come in to take over the Indian national team. How many years is Khalid's contract? 2 years would be painful. 2, up. It just started this summer. Arunava, Kumar Reddy, Sunil is running faster than all players were pressing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kumar, he is, yeah. So control your anger after seeing this team. I'm just amazed. Zigzag, it's not about anger. Today, I can live with this defeat. You know why? Because they at least tried. I was actually angry after the 1-1 against Singapore, and then I didn't show it. Because we played bad in Singapore. That was terrible, right? We played bad in the CAFA Nations Cup, right? But hey, इनके पास हर दूसरे दिन मीटिंग करने के पैसा है एडिटोरियल ने कहा पर पिच देखो आज की U23 team should be able to play better in the remaining matches. No, what? They're not ready, Mahesh. Understand the under 23. What is Naushad saying? I want to give I want to work with these boys. If you push them up, you think they're ready for it. They're not even playing regular football at top level. Right? This is the problem. We're not committed towards this, but it is our hearts who really loves the Indian football. That's why we're all back Indian team till last. Exactly, Siddharth. Why am I doing this? Why are you all here? Why we're discussing this? Because we have, that's the thing. Rate Liston's performance out of 10 today. A 5 or a 6. I didn't think it was bad. It's just, of course, people remember that the miss, but I thought Liston didn't do too bad. Created opportunities more. He created more than he's created in the last game. Portugal match, Watchalong? No, Avik. I don't watch Portugal matches. I don't mind, to be honest. We don't deserve to be there. Yeah, Sam, but today at least we tried. So that's what I give them credit for. Second, even the answer why we are not playing like this in every match like today, why, sir? Because, Zigzag, my own feeling is that there were conversations internally and certain things were told to Khalid Jamil, and then maybe some of the players took up something on themselves and made a few changes here and there. I wouldn't be surprised. We cannot play under pressure, forget Asian Cup. So Simon expects to go to some AIFF travel to Bangladesh after this, if in case they evade FIFA ban. No. Robert, I've said this multiple times. There is no reason for yeah. I don't care anymore about this national injustice of ISL sorted ASAP. We need stability going into next cycle. Rishabh, there is no ISL happening at the moment, right? At the moment, 1% chance of an ISL happening. But hey, I didn't say that. We basically wasted a crucial 4-year phase and cycle, and God knows what will happen now. No, it was coming. It was coming post match. With 6 says Rishabh, the only thing that's about is 2 seasons of ISL game time for all 23 players. Then they can try. If ISL stops, we are. Yeah, no, but ISL is not happening. Foreigners ko ban kar dena chahiye Indian league se. No, Srichand, that doesn't help. Look at I-League 2, I-League 3, local leagues. Look at the standard. Worst performer of today, in your opinion? I didn't think we had worst performer. I didn't have anyone who was really bad in this team. Everyone gave it. It would be one of the subs. The first 11 looked good, if I'm honest. So the problem is in the team that they are not happy with each other. They're not happy with each other. They're very unhappy with the coach. So yeah, lack of Indian leagues causing us pain, I would say. Yeah, problems. Now this tactic played today is not Khalid. I think someone else tactics, because both games are sky and land difference. And the first Singapore match played ultra defensive. This match was different. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think there were conversations in the team. Maybe Margao got involved. I don't know. It looked like me. Even Super Cup happening looks shaky at the moment. Forget ISL. Exactly, Siddharth. Let's get ready for an AI apology post by our players. So Simon, bring back the arrows, gather all the remaining U23 and U19 players and make them play in ISL I-League. Or not, there is no league at the moment. The AFF has no money. The idea of the Indian Arrows is brilliant, but if you don't even have money to run your league, how are you going to run a team of your own as a federation? Look at the women's game. We are walking into disaster in the Women's Asian Cup because the preparations are not right. They were supposed to start last month. They've not started till today. There is no money with the AFF. When will this get into the heads of you guys? We are in a massive crisis. Massive crisis. By the way, is it the Khalid Jamil era people are talking about? Yeah, Blue. Some will call it era. Maybe it's a blip. So after this performance, can we expect any best team wanted to compete with us after Asia Cup today? Zigzag friendlies. I don't know who's going to play when. We've got qualifiers. So let's see. Yeah, someone. As a fan, we can't do much. Realistically, only hope if government sees football as an extension of India's soft power or as a propaganda tool. Abhijit, they've never seen it. They're not doing it. The Prime Minister's had chances, multiple chances over the last decade plus to use football as a soft power tool. Has he used it? Has the government used it? They use cricket. They don't care about football. Forget the government. Even the opposition doesn't care about football. Soft power, no. Indian politicians do not care about football. If ISL stop, will the I-League stop too? Of course, Arunava. How will the I-League happen? The I-League is subsidized by the ISL from the Reliance money. If that's not there, who's going to pay for it? This is what experienced players bring into the national team. Yeah. You make a fun of it, but this was better than what we've played over the last few matches. But hey, you're not able to understand it. So welcome to the world of being an Indian football fan and being ignorant. India at present believes in cricket. Exactly. We are joking about what now? Even more. It was November 23. I was in Dulu. That 1-day win was unreal. Someone told me we are crashing out. In this round itself, we failed to qualify even now. For AFC, I would have laughed. No, Rishabh. And switching to handball from Narcissus. Ishan, today's game is better. Just relax. I need to understand one thing here. Whole football from federation to team. Few years, such as 5 to 7, to get stable. If we do the right things, right? That's the problem, Siddharth. Sad, Asian dreams over for India. We're going back by 4-6 years behind. Asian football, forget about World Cup. We are almost 100 years behind European world football. AFF total failure, resign. What's if playing good football if you can't fetch results? Same players, same results. AFF and I should leave playing football. What a waste. Okay. It's for the fear for the ladies. Yeah. Looks like Indian football is only in museum. Where all the money gone, how can it come back? Should we sing a lullaby? No. As fans, we do now keep on supporting or quit completely. Support. Yeah. You know. Looks like Indian football. If experienced players like Liston versus bring this results, better to let hold U20 players in national leagues. They run faster than these old hacks like Bose. The guy was not even running. Yeah. And it shows me how much you understand or not. And then if the under 23s lost 5-6-0 today, then what will you say? Listen, you are celebrating a 2-1 win against Indonesia, a team we would have beaten 5-6-0 at that level 3, 4, 5 years ago. Our under 17s are a disgrace compared to what we were a decade ago. But hey, celebrate under 23s, under 20s, under 17s. We have a talent problem. And if you don't understand that as an Indian football fan, that this is a basic understanding, that this glorification of under 23s, only idiots do that, right? Only ignorant idiots do that. But hey, please live in your la la land. Go to that la la land. Because you are part of the problem. You are not part of the solution as an Indian football fan. Because you believe in stuff which is totally delulu. Ignorance is just the biggest problem in Indian football from the top to the fans. The fans are part of the problem of Indian football today. Sorry to say that, guys. But hey, celebrate. Under 23s beat Indonesia 2-1 in a friendly. Wow, great. Right? Sir, on a lighter note, you should come to India again. I can trust those in power. Don't follow your advice, invite FIFA ban, which is needed now. Ishan, I don't need to go. I have said what I have said. I've even been speaking to people in the last few months. If they don't want to listen, they don't want to listen. Why should I waste my money and time on it? Right? Bringing a total new set of players, no senior players should ever get a chance to wear a precision jersey again, dishonor for it. Yeah, this is, again, nothing to say. I had to say this, but Chetri, it's time to move on. Please don't be part of this trauma. Sam, I think in the best case, this was last match of Sunil. Yeah. We are hoping the same thing for past 2 decades. Things will get better in 5 years. Nothing happens. Exactly, Chetan, as an answer to that. The last 3 decades that I've been following, 3.5 decades that I've been following Indian football, we've always spoken about it. It looks like things are getting better. And then, you know what? You go up a little and then you crash down even further. At the moment, if things are not sorted in the next few weeks, we will go back 3, 4 decades. And you would have thought, you know what? Bubble leagues and COVID were a great thing to have in Indian football. Plastic glory hunter fans have strike again. We need some more positive. Yeah. AFF people getting positions in FIFA. Meanwhile, what the mess they have done here. We all know Subesi Mansini. Yeah. Apuya showed his class tonight. Wonder was left out of the squad in the first place. Because like Igor Stimac, Khalid Jamil, understanding of football. I think any government is run by bureaucrats. I think our overhyped bureaucrats know nothing about football. Bring us today in global stage because they're sitting in the AC office. I don't know exactly if it's the bureaucrats, if it's the politicians. Football has never been a priority for Indian governments. Simple, right? It is not, right? Even if this topic has been raised with government officials whenever they go abroad. But Messi is coming to India, right? So everything is okay, I guess. Let's see if he's coming. Please pay there was a visit and invite FIFA in overhaul. Today's game is controlled because of Apuya and the starting line. Yes, Kumar, exactly. Let's set aside U23 70 comparisons. Guys, we need to understand whenever we hype something and in football back was 90% and Sulu racks about U23 Exactly, Siddharth. We've been hyping. Who all have we not hyped over the last 2-3 years in the ISL? How many of those players have really made the cut? None. None of the hype players have made the cut. Reality, right? Where is Ishan Pandita? My favorite example. Right? 3 years ago, super sub Ishan scoring goals even for the national team. I don't even know is he still with the Blasters? Does he have a club? I don't even know. Parthiv Gogoi, massively hyped 2 years ago. Has potential. Parthiv Gogoi surely has potential, but he has to take that next step. Hasn't taken it. Right? Suhail Bhatt, yeah, scores for under 23s, but can't beat a CFL defender. And you want him to play in senior national team. That's the reality. The problem runs deeper, guys. Understand. Yeah, Simon. Today, these players finally turned up even when they played bad. To even think U23 would get into this team is just insane. They're just not at all ready for this level. And Rishabh, very important. And this, you know who said this? This is not my words. The same thing was said by Naushad Musa. So that guy's coaching this team, right? So he would know what level the under 23 boys are, right? They will say every U20 player is better than senior players until they get promoted to senior team. Yeah. After Malaysia national team players said you see FIFA to tighten the OCI player rules across the board, no, Abhijit, they're not. I don't understand what's your issue with you playing European teams who play 17-year-old players are fools and ignorant. I don't understand how you want us to watch these old slow players again. Where do you have a 17, 18-year-old who's as good? Where? Lamine Yamal is not playing because of his age. Lamine Yamal has played as a 15, 16-year-old for Barca and then for the national team because he's good. Tell me a player from the Indian under 23s who can play. Any one of them. None of them. You want Mohamed Suhail to play on that wing, he would have been destroyed by the Singaporeans today. Or even 5 days back. Right? What do we have that we can look forward to in the next few years? Nothing national team did till 20%, no ISL either. Ishan, let's wait and see. The fun now starts offline, right? It is not on the field. Off the field, things need to be decided. Otherwise, we don't move forward. And even if the ISL happens, or whatever league happens, yeah, we have seen better U23 batches for sure. Ishan, much better. Much, much better. Because under 23 is a general problem. Under 21s is a general problem I've seen now, even here in Europe. That the quality at youth level at the moment seems to be stagnating because the focus has been too much on physicality rather than on the football. Why are we radically changing things here in German football? If league doesn't run, do you see any Indian players going abroad? Abhijit, who will take an Indian player? No one will take Indian players. Will even Bangladesh or Nepalis take Indian players? Second, we trust in football now. That's my last question today. If you trust Indian football, you've already lost. Zigzag, no? Forget football. Has Indian football ever cared for the country? Just if there's a was scored with thousands of crores in house, but yeah. If not, you words you want to play for national team, so now I have to take whoever I have to take and think he's capable of playing. So if you criticize Shubhashish Bose, what did you think about Mohamed Uwais in the last few matches in that position? Just ask him, right? So you're saying Shubhashish Bose was bad today. Was Mohamed Uwais better than him?
Do you think that the under-23s are better? Paramveer, who's been hyped so much, Khalid Jamil had to realize that this boy is not ready to play as a centre back or as a left back. Khalid Jamil has walked back what he's been saying for the last 2 weeks. You saw yesterday, Paramveer, oh, centre back, oh, left back, or now, okay, he's at a press conference, but he's nothing. Khalid Jamil had to take in Shubhashish Bose, had to take in Apuya, and without them, I mean, if anyone is going to question Apuya or Alte, then we don't need to talk because that's the only good player we have, right? What's the most probable outcome from here now? Ishan, I don't know. This is my honest answer. I don't know because we are in such a mess that it is very, very difficult to say where we're going to go from here. This U23 looks good just because they got time together, got some friendlies. Past squads barely got proper training session. Yeah, Rushabh, but they look good. Why? Because also the others are not good. Qatar looked terrible. Bahrain looked pathetic. And again, Indonesia as a team, 5 years ago, we would have said, we're going to go to Indonesia, we're going to thrash them 3-4-0. And you're winning 2-1 and playing 1-1 and saying, oh, wow, we're brilliant. We are desperate for results. Yeah. How do you judge whether a player is hyped or not? What are the... Oh. Sorry, lights went off. Just have to turn on the lights. 1 sec. Well, it just went. How do you judge whether a player is hyped or not? What are the various levels of player development? Now, a fan, I can see myself. Abhijit, if a player performs on a regular basis over a sustained period of time, and that is not 3 matches, 10 matches, but let's say 2 seasons, then we can talk. There is something. We talk a lot about talent, and today's world with social media, players are hyped, right? So that's the point. Indian football graph plotting is a fun job. Up, down, and then down, 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 almost become simple. Time to shut down, says Vignesh. People, including wants to see sudden success, but aren't ready to do the groundwork and expect results. Everyone from the top to bottom are the culprits who are in this mess. So accountability. Yeah, very well said. I guarantee the team featuring Arunda and with the best 10 selected audience from a channel would play better than the current national team. No, they wouldn't. And this is Simon. Therefore, again, I'm not better than the national team. No, I'm not. You are not better than the national team. So what? No, this is misunderstanding. This at the moment is amongst the best that we have, right? Maybe 1 or 2 changes here or there, but this we don't have better players. That is what the realization has to be. That's the issue. Suhail Bhatt gets manhandled easily against CFL defenders who play 3 months a year, could not do anything. That too against players who play para football. Exactly or not? Thanks for just saying this. This is the problem, right? I remember one game he played against the 42-year-old what is it, Railway or Bank? I don't even know what team it was. He couldn't get past the guy, 42. But his positioning was good. This U23 was just bare minimum. We're hyping as if it's the best. No quality of Qatar, but it was poor. They were exposed in Brunei game, guys. They scored scrappy goals that day. Yeah. Very well analyzed. Mohamed Uwais doing blunders left, right, and center in the last match. Yes, agree, Kumar. If you're not giving chance to Pamvir or Abhishek Teksham, how do you know if they're better than Bose? But the fact is they're better than Bose, even you don't agree. No, they're not. See, where you were training, listen, I have traveled, I've worked with the Indian national team. So I think I'm in a position to have an opinion about it. Right? Pamvir got exposed against the Qatar under-23s. He should have the foul penalty given soft, no doubt about it. He should have been sent off in the first half itself because his elbow was up all the time. Just watch Punjab FC matches. I saw him in Punjab FC matches. He's not ready for that level. Right? Abhishek Teksham has potential. But Abhishek Teksham is not even playing for Mohun Bagan. Molina doesn't think he's better than Shubhashish Bose. But you think he should be playing in the national team. So great. This is the problem. They are not ready. They need to play regularly at league level. They need to play regularly at under-23 level. And then maybe down the road, they're ready for that. But hey, They're ready. We want multiple resignation, full revamp right now. If these guys have any shame, they should resign by themselves. Shameful. No, Utkarsh, there is. Where is the shame? Where was the shame 2 years ago? Where was the shame earlier? No one is resigning. They're fighting to stay in their positions in the AFF Exco. People are fighting to stay in. People, the AFF president is staying to fighting in. You know, that's the problem. Even Qatar U20 we played against was they were terrible, pathetic. Kalyan Chobe did again this time, tampering with the lights. So, nice name, para football. Manatra rightly said, let national team, we got to look at the youth teams, and guess what? We have poor U17 batch, we're doomed. Yeah, Rishabh, our problem is, if I look at a decade back, under 15s, under 16s, under 17s, in the under 17 World Cup squad, they were here every summer here in Germany, right? But um, they were of a different level. Current, I saw the last one 2 years ago. Yeah. Yes, yes, I better know we would fare much worse. Okay, Simon, let U23 develop. Exactly. They're not ready for senior level football. Apart from who else is next solid upcoming players according to, is it Ayman? Abhijit, he's not an upcoming player. Apuya is a seasoned national team player. Ayman has not even played a proper season at the Blasters. That's your problem because you see him scoring that wonder goal and you think, oh, wow, brilliant. That is the problem, guys. What is para footballer? Para is locality, right, in Bengali. So he's a local footballer playing at CFL level. Shame, I'm sorry we're not living in much of an honest world, especially. Yes, I mean, that's true. What are the criteria for a promising player? Skill, physicality, vision, positioning, mentality. Which it could be anything. Promising player is where you see something that that player can develop into a good senior level football. That's the thing. And that is where we're lacking at this moment in time. Sometimes I think Subhashish should not come up to the national squad, even if squad. The amount of views he will get now will be unreal. Coaches like Havas, Munir Khan have all trusted him. Exactly, Arnav. They wouldn't trust him if they didn't think that he was good enough. Not even yeah. Well, good night, Aaron. The sad one because the way our players played and the sad thing is not qualifying, but it's sad what it is. Let's talk in the next stream. Yeah, well, Zian, thanks a lot. Yeah, slowly me also coming to end. 2 hours, 39 minutes. Disappointed. Yeah, I'm disappointed with this, but it was expected. Yes, I fear it was expected, but yeah, it is disappointing to say the least. Um, because yeah, we could have done something right. Will you do a stream tomorrow? Yeah, Zoravar, planning to do one tomorrow evening, but for tonight, slowly um, trying to come to an end. What's he doing wrong today? I mean, I don't remember. Blue, that's my point. Again, people say he was too slow. I don't know why he was too slow. He was playing good passes, combining well with Changte. Therefore, I don't get that point. But again, maybe I missed something over 90 minutes. I don't know. Para footballers more to get the highest FIFA ranking of 200, says Kumar. Okay. One more reminder, if you haven't, if you're liking the stream, leave a like behind. Share with other people. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, still, let's grow. And, you know, and yeah. People are blaming Subhashish just because of one players. And please don't quit from football content. We need more people like you. Thanks. Yeah, I'll try. So all football fans, one job is to support. Please do that. Yeah, Simon, very well said. Never stop supporting. And you know, if they deserve a little bit of shame, Kalyan and his bunch. Oh, come on, Kumar. Sorry, Swastik. Sorry. No, they're not going to resign. They're hanging on to their seats, clinging on to their seats. They will not resign. Right with that, I end this live today. Tonight, India lose 1-2 to Singapore, are out of the AFC Asian Cup 2027 qualifiers. And I'll catch you tomorrow again. Good night, everyone.